we'll start with the Mustard S60. This is a nymph wet fly hook. I'm using a size 8 to illustrate for you this pseudo quill body technique that I do. So we attach our tying thread and we go back, keep it going all the way. The good thing about this technique and the reason why I've chosen this large hook is to show you that you can do quill style bodies on wet flies, even on big hooks, which you sometimes struggle with smaller quills. So we'll take that away once you've covered the hook shank with one layer of tying thread, and then we'll just go back, cover up the end like so. Then what we do is we make a large, as if we were making a large dubbing loop. We tie that in and then we go back up the hook shank with another second layer of tying thread. I'll go up here with that. Can flatten it out a little. This is just a regular nano silk I'm using. So we go forward like this, and I've chosen bright colours so you can see, I can illustrate the quill effect much easier. So you've got your loop, and you take a black waterproof marker and we do one side of the loop in black. Sorry, I've been tying with rabbit here and it's everywhere, the rabbit fur. There we go, that's that one side, and then I've got a red marker and we'll do, oops, that side of our quill, red. Now you don't have to, about 10 centimeters you have to do this, one black, one red, just so you have enough to wrap your quill. So we put these now together and we take some good hackle pliers. If you don't have really good grippy hackle pliers, you can look at my improving your hackle pliers video on how to achieve that. Now we put our hackle plier on. We make about 8 turns of tying thread at the front, because that's going to unwind as we do it, and then we'll try not to come into the hook point with it. Then we'll wrap our quill body all the way up. This is best done, I think, by rotating the vise. So we'll tie that off now. Like so. Remove that. You can see the quill effect happening here. Now you can give that a cut with UV resin if you like, but it's not necessary, I find. Now on a partridge skin, on top of the shoulder, on the covert hackles, you'll find these grey ones, which I like to use for this, but these grey with the brown, reddy brown bars are also very nice, but I'll use a grey one for this. So we take a grey hackle and we strip off all the downy bits at the front like that. Go back to our hackle pliers and we put this on the point, and then we can pull our hackle fibres back. Now I want a nice long hackle on this because it's a relatively large hook, so that's looking good. So what I'll do now is I'll hold that tight and strip off all this underneath. Then we're left with that. So we prepare the end now as you would do with any regular dry fly hackle. Trim off that, that, spin our thread up, and we've got 1, 2 in front, then 1 behind, like so. That will keep our hackle at 90 degrees from the hook shank, and then we can tie this off like so. I'll just get that out so I can trim it off. There we go. Good. Then I don't like that being too long, so we trim off a little bit of that. Put our hackle pliers on, like so. And then what we want to do is make even turns, one in front of the other. Like so. It's always a case of how much hackle do you want on a spider. It's absolutely personal, you do whatever you want. So I've tied that off now. Some like them very sparse, but that's about right for me, which is about 7mm of hackle when it's left on the stem. So what I can do now is just trim that off. Take my whip finisher. There's that bloody rabbit fur again. Tie that off with a whip finish. Secure it. Remove the tying thread, and that's the finished Pseudo Quill spider. Thanks for watching.